guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today we're going to be doing the part 2 of our whipped cream class for beginners. Yes, part 2. Okay, so if you haven't watched the part 1, I created a playlist. Just make sure you check it out so you can know, like, this class is created to help you in case you have no experience with whipped cream and you want to learn how it's done and like make pretty cakes and stuff. Okay, so today again we're going to be using a dummy because I can't be giving away cakes. I don't have that much money yet. Anyway, so I'm going to be taking my cake dummy. I've used it before though, and I cleaned it really well, and then I'm going to be sticking it on my cake board with some glue gun. And then I already colored some whipped cream. I colored it like a nudish pink. I didn't want the pink to be too baby, so I added some cocoa powder to it, so it gave me this really nice shade. Okay, so now today we're going to be doing 2 textured designs. Yeah, so we're going to be using the same cake, but we're going to be doing 2 textured designs. If you notice, I added a little bit of cream to my whipped cream. That's because for this design you want your whipped cream to be a little bit like softer than normal, so like it can like give you those really nice textures you want. So you want to add you can add some milk or just add some cream, maybe like 2 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons to it. Like it makes it a little bit more liquidy and like just more fluffy, baby. Okay, so what you want to do is to cover this whole cake in whipped cream. And if you want to see how I did that, or you can watch it from here, of course, but if you want to see like an in-depth tutorial on how I did that, you should watch the part 1 of this class. And for this whipped cream recipe, it is not part of this series like I'm making for you guys because I don't want it to be too long, but I'm going to include it in the playlist. I'm going to include the link right up here as a card right up here. It says click on me. Yeah, the recipe for that is there, and how you can make perfect whipped cream without gelatin, and it is stable in any weather you have, regardless of what country you're in. Okay, so what you want to do right now is put as much cream around the cake as possible. In your case, you'd be using a cake, of course, because you won't be using a dummy. So make sure your cake is already crumb coated and you kept it in the fridge for maybe a few hours, or in the freezer for a few minutes. Yes, and then bring it out and then try to cover it in whipped cream. And like I said in the previous class, when you're trying to cover your cake in whipped cream, you need more than enough whipped cream. Like for this cake, for a cake of 9 inches or 8 to 9 inches, you need about 600 grams of cream and 100 grams of icing sugar. So you should make a little bit over that, maybe around 700 grams of cream, so you can have excess, but you're still going to scrape the excess off later. But like having excess makes it easier for you, especially as a beginner. You shouldn't be micing it, so it will be easy for you to scrape off the excess that you put on your cream. But if you're trying to mice, like, it just makes it a lot harder to get a smooth, nice finish. But for this textured cake we are doing today, it is very easy for you to make. Like, it is the easiest. This is what I do on days when I'm extremely lazy and I don't want to move a muscle, but I have cakes to decorate. Okay, so what you want to do is put enough cream and then rub it all around, like distribute it around the cake evenly. And then you're going to be using your scraper to scrape off the excess again in this video, just like you would a normal cake before we start to texture our cakes. For this one, we're going to be doing 2 different designs today, and I'm going to show you how easy it is for you to switch from one design to the next, or for you to switch up your cake design. Okay, so what I want to do right now is to scrape off like the excess, and I'm going to be using my scraper, my acrylic scraper. So you don't have to use this exact scraper. If you have a metal scraper, that works as well. But I'm going to put the link to where to buy the tools I used in this video or in this like whipped cream class in the description box below. So in case you want to start a business, or you want to start like a whipped cream cake business, or you want to maybe just a cake business, but for you can use them also for buttercream. So you can buy it in the link in the description box, and at the same time I get like a commission for everything you buy there. So please keep buying and never stop buying. Okay, so what you want to do is to scrape off the excess from around the cake and from the top, and then we are going to do our magic trick. So for this trick, you need a bowl of water and then a tablespoon, and all you want to do is to be writing a C. The C doesn't have to like face one direction, it can face different directions, so you can have like a really deep, meaningful texture, if that makes sense. And then once there's too much cream at the back of your spoon, put it back in the bowl of water and rinse off the cream, and then continue. So you want to do this really well, and you want to press your hand really into it, so like you can make really nice deep textures. Yeah, I know it looks like maybe you're just making a mess, but once we're done, you're going to see how pretty and how rustic is going to come out. So once you're done with the side, you want to do the top as well. So you're just writing a C in no particular direction, just a C in different directions. So that gives your cake texture. So usually when I'm done with this, I like to put a flower and some leaves on top of it. So like it's just a simple cake decoration that is so simple and rustic and just pretty and mature. That's why I like it. So this is going to be the first design. So I'm going to put some leaves on it so it can be really pretty and cute. Sometimes I like to put some sprinkles on it as well, but you know, you can do and undo with it, or you can put some chocolate balls, or you can do all sorts of things basically. So that's the first design. So the second design, we're going to be spraying some gold on it. We're not going to spray the whole cake in gold, it's just we're going to be like putting like tiny specks of gold. So for this one, I'm going to be using my airbrush and some edible gold dust. I'm going to put the link for you to be able to buy the gold dust in the description box below. And you don't have to use an airbrush. There are these plastic pumps they sell with gold dust in it, so you can just pump and spray on your cake. So if you don't have an airbrush and stuff, so you can buy one of those plastic pumps and like spray on your cake. And I'm going to show you how it sprays now, and it sprays really well and really nice. I think North Americans use it a lot. I see these videos where they make these really pretty cakes with these big pumps, but this is a mini pump. I bought it from like my cake store, so that's how pretty it will be once you're done spraying. But like I have an airbrush which is a lot faster, so I'm going to do that. So if you have this, you can use this as well, or you can maybe do like the splash pattern. If you want to see the splash pattern, you should check the parts 5 of this video. I did like a splash pattern with gold for you guys. I don't have to use just gold. You can use silver, you can use browns, but it's really pretty when you use a metallic color. Or if you don't want to use a metallic color, you can use maybe a deeper shade of pink, or maybe a deep shade of purple, just to create a really pretty contrast. So once we're done, I'm going to put the same flower on it as well, and you can see how different it is. So from just this cake, we created 2 beautiful rustic textured cakes, and they look very pretty, just depending on what you put around it and stuff. And see how pretty it came out, and so easy. This cake is very easy for you to make. So if you want to make this cake, just take your time and watch maybe 2 or 3 times and make sure you know exactly what you're doing, and it'll be so pretty. And even if you don't, it's going to come out pretty regardless, because it's creativity. It doesn't have to look exactly like this, and it's going to be still pretty. Okay, so thank you guys, and I hope to see you in my next tutorial. Bye.